MrBeast struck a deal with Amazon where they were going to host a game show, sort of like Squid Game, but MrBeast. And now that they're in the process of filming that show in Vegas, some contestants are coming forward to say that there are dangerous conditions on set, that their safety is not being regarded. They're saying they're being denied medication, denied water, denied food, and that there are multiple medical emergencies happening in the process of filming this show, which, if anything, seems like a guerrilla marketing campaign for the show and also to get eyes off of the Ava Chris Tyson controversy, finally.
The first thing I thought of when I saw all these stories come out is that the best thing that could happen to MrBeast right now is some type of controversy, even if it makes him look bad, that's related to literally anything other than the harming of children.
Yeah, so I went to a local publication from Las Vegas saying, you know, it's not supposed to be public that they're filming it there, but there was an ad put out for contestants saying, come test out physical challenges inside Allegiant Stadium. Incentive, get $150 cash the same day you participate. And it's challenges for what they call in the ad the biggest streaming network, and you have to apply online. I saw that ad, so it's probably in Vegas. And then they asked a MrBeast representative if all of the claims of dangerous conditions are true. Here is what they said. MrBeast was working on an upcoming video with 3 medical issues out of 2,000 participants. 2 were medical events unrelated to the games or production, and 1 involved dehydration. There was plenty of water and drinks on site and full medical staff. Personnel attended to the people immediately. They were all released shortly after and are doing well. But they asked a local hospital employee what happened and asked if there were some of the contestants showing up in the ER. And they said, I'm aware of 3 or 4 hospital evacs today. Overnight shift said it was insane. The production is a shit show and unprepared for the scale, making decisions as they go along. The bare bones medic staff on site is not adequate, and we were overwhelmed last night and because they compete at night.
Again, these are allegations that destroy no one's career in this industry.
Right.
None of this destroys anyone's career.
It only makes it seem like he's really committed to making the show real.
So I was just curious, if you type MrBeast now, he's not completely getting away from this. This is what you see when you look up MrBeast now. So we've got MrBeast's past raunchy videos surface, sparking sexist and racist accusations. MrBeast employee debunks fraud video by former worker. MrBeast branded a fraud by purported ex-employee accusing him of hosting, quote, illegal lotteries. So it gets into there's a subset down here about Ava Chris Tyson.
Yeah.
But a lot of this has to do with stuff other than that now. If these stories weren't happening, it would be about nothing but the Ava Chris Tyson situation.
Yeah, what I suspect the MrBeast PR team is doing right now is just having other controversies fall on the media like snow.
Look at this one. MrBeast.
Just see what will stick.
MrBeast fakes his videos. Recent allegations against the YouTuber explored. That is exactly the headline he wants.
And it says so much about the way that public relations works these days. You don't drop positive stories to get out of a controversy.
Nobody cares about those.
Less significant negative stories.
Nobody cares about positive stories. They die in the vine. They're gone as quickly as they come. But negative stories, it's just, what type of negative story are you looking for?
Just make the dog pile so big that people don't know where to target you. But another one of the game show contestants reported that contestants were instructed to provide producers with 5 days worth of their medications. And as of today, contestants have not received a single dose. They've denied food to diabetics, denied contestants water, and at least 2 individuals have had seizures as a result. But the MrBeast representative says that all of that information is incorrect and inaccurate. I don't really know if any of this is real or if it's a planted story to distract people from the grooming allegations and all of the sexual assault stuff. You just don't even want your name,
you know what it does?
Mentioned near words like that.
People are kind of crazy. People hear that story like, I gotta watch now. Like they hear that stuff and they're like, I gotta watch now. That's crazy.
So one of the people speaking out about the Beast Games show is Rosanna Pansino, who is sour
grapes. That's what we call her. Sour grapes.
She lost one of Mr. Beast's Squid Game videos, and she felt like she was treated unfairly.
And like all women, she just has an elephant memory that goes on forever and no ability to forgive and forget.
Right. So she's using the fact that everyone is dogpiling Mr. Beast now to post
in her
this
glory.
TikTok. We're not going to watch the whole thing because it's
the 5-minute one.
A whole 5 minutes of her ranting about this. But
for a video because I have received messages from over a dozen people involved with the current Beast Games. For those of you who don't know, Beast Games is a competition show ran by Mr. Beast that will be on Amazon Prime. It is being marketed as the biggest competition show ever. I'll talk more about that later.
I can't wait.
Messages. So the messages that I have received from contestants on the show are pretty much all telling a similar story, and I find them to be very disturbing. Some of the messages are from people.
She can like barely hide her glee.
the messages are
very disturbing. Like she's literally almost smiling. She's got like a half smile on her face. Anybody ever watch the show Lie to Me? With Tim Roth.
Never seen that.
It's about a guy who's an expert in discerning facial expressions and micro expressions.
Okay.
And the furtive smile is right there, and it's right there.
Competed and they've been eliminated. Some of the messages are from people who are still competing, and some of them are from people that I personally know who are involved on the show and still doing so. These people are genuinely upset about how things are going. They're scared for not only their own safety, but the safety of their friends who are still competing.
We used to go to war, as you said, Mary.
And now we
complain about game show
we play
contests.
Squid Game in a stadium in Las Vegas for free money.
More of just that enough? How much is she get to any
She gets to the messages that they sent
They
her.
aren't doing this out of spite. They're doing this because they are afraid for themselves and for their friends. As of right now, I have 10 stories from 10 different people, and none of them have shared their stories with each other, and I will be talking more about them in the future. I have personally worked in entertainment and on sets for almost 2 decades, and what is going on here is beyond disgusting and extremely dangerous. I wanted to read you one of the messages with the permission of one of the contestants to give you an idea of why I'm so upset and why I simply just can't let this go. It's absolutely not okay. So I'm going to read to you her message. I was a contestant until the end. I also didn't accept their hush money. It was really bad. People were having seizures because they were not getting medication, even though we were promised we would. And it was 100% rigged. They presented it as though the game would be like Squid Games, basically a type of game show where all the games are an even playing field. That was not at all the case. All the games were about speed and strength, so only the young athletic males were at an advantage over the women and elderly people.
Wait! I've been reliably told that there's no difference between men and women, so how is
she making a transphobic remark right now?
Shocking.
We're also
I'm
casted.
appalled.
To make things worse, men started realizing that they could take out the women without being eliminated. Guys started tackling
That's crazy.
So they were using game strategy?
hitting women. 2 girls were tackled and passed out on the field and were dragged off to continue filming.
Dragged off by their
People with broken
ankles?
bones,
What?
stitches, etc. And most were women. We were given maybe 400 calories a meal and only fed every 12 hours.
Wait, so they were like, did you get like a notice with like your calorie count on there?
This part is crazy.
Food would run out and people would
Lord of the
fight,
Flies.
steal, and hoard food. Water was scarce and kept running out as well. I had to sit with a bloody pad for 2 days before I could get undergarments and my reusable pads because I'm allergic to regular pads.
Why the heck are you doing a game show on your period that involves fighting people physically?
Maybe this was actually a thing where Mr. Beast exposes communism, and it was actually like a way of explaining what's going to happen.
Yeah,
when
it's all a big social experiment.
Yeah.
We're also sleep deprived, only allowed 3 to 4 hours. We all slept on the floor.
That's the
in
point.
The stadium in a $10.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Pad.
This is the guy who locks people into isolation chambers for as long as they're willing to psychologically tolerate it. The whole point is that you're going through something torturous, both physically and mentally, for his money and for the sake of entertainment. How did you not know that going in? You can also opt out whenever you want. It just means that you're not going to get paid $150 for the day, right?
I love it. I love the fact that she does not understand that exactly what happened is exactly what was supposed to happen.
And then another alleged contestant spoke out in a TikTok claiming there were unfair teams and contestants were depressed after they left. They were getting depression from it.
We can't even fake struggle anymore in this country.
She said, Mr. Beast is a monster and he just wants to psychologically disturb people.
Even manufactured struggle in this country fails.
Do you have the TikTok from that lady?
Yep. Here we go.
I have no idea if this is a real contestant, but oh my gosh.
400 people the first day. Those 400 people, the majority of them were forced by the other team members to be on the specific team they were. Some were just about physically assaulted to be put onto one team, which ended up making it the weakest team, since it was a lot of elderly people, petite women, and people that they weren't willing to take on 6 guys that were surrounding.
You wouldn't have survived in my dodgeball games in school, that's for sure.
I'm trying to take their vest so that they can actually be on that. Of the 400 people that left, the majority of them, I'd say at least half, are all extremely depressed. I don't know if I can say extremely, but I definitely know that they are depressed. As far as I've heard from so many people that I've talked to personally, as well as people that I've spoken to that are employed by other organizations that are around the games right now, a lot of people have come up and expressed that they are really not doing okay. It was so much work and exhausting to just get to that point to even be in the games, and then to be kicked out, and you kind of get ostracized. The staff, they become really cold towards you once you're actually kicked out. Mr. Beast does not talk to everybody, all his fans or anything. And
you think he should talk to all 2,000 contestants who showed up there to get paid by him?
Keep giving updates on this, but Mr. Beast is a monster, and the games that he does are really cruel and sick. They actually had called one kind staff member of the only three kind staff members that I came across that were really concerned about the well-being of all the people that were so distraught, had actually come to me and asked me if I was okay, and I told them I wasn't. I told them that I wanted to die.
Okay, I don't even.
Adults, I know you can fix this. No women in these games.
Adults just want to be babysat these days. It's crazy.
No women in these games. Make it men only. Just on the PR level, men are less likely to complain because they'll be ostracized for doing so.
I think this woman is just mentally unstable, because in the second part of this video, she said, I was prepared and willing to myself. She claims she had suicidal ideation, and the Mr. Beast team had to get her a psychologist to talk with her while on set. Why? Just leave.
Leave.
You don't have to be there. Just leave.
I'm telling you, the only way to solve this problem. You know how we talked about the joke was that Mr. Beast will only fix homes in other countries because the bureaucracy of America would just make it ineffective to do altruism here, right? Mm-hmm. Just no women in these games. I'm sorry. No women. Men only. They will be made fun of for complaining, so you can only hire men for these types of games.
Perhaps Mr. Beast paid Rosanna Panzino to make that video so that she could change the narrative around him. So here's what's happening. The Mr. Beast PR team is freaking out because of the allegations against Chris Tyson. Their response was to direct media coverage over to the drama surrounding MrBeast's Amazon game show. And all of that drama is completely made up out of thin air.
Yep.
It's insane.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.